civilized world we focus on every day seems real. It poses as the height of human achievement and that nothing as special as this has ever happened before. It gives off an authority position that it is so important that we must focus our energy here. But where is humanity going? Whose path are we on? Could this be all there is to the human experience? Collecting pieces of paper and digits on a screen in order to pay to exist in this world? Are you in charge of your own autonomy and destiny? Could greater and more incredible things ever have occurred in history? Will life keep going in this direction? Is it healthy? Is it rational? Is it sane? Is humanity in a trance? Do we understand our origins? Do we understand our history? Do we understand why we are always giving up our energy to make a living in repeat mode? Could we be being held back from knowing the answers of these questions by design? And do new thought patterns, contrary to what the large institutions of society say, challenge you? Today, we're going to take you on the path out. We're going to look at history differently. We will be going to different locations in the world to explore new ideas, understand many foundational truths about this earth. There's nothing new under the sun, but many have forgotten or never known what is under the sun. Welcome out here, where we deprogram from the deep program. Some of you may know me from Chant It Down. It doesn't matter if you don't, because we're starting a new docuseries on the ancient forgotten chapters of our history. We're going to make small but new exciting discoveries that expand the megalithic map. And this is really just beginning. We're not holding back. We're going all over the world and exploring. We're going to also explore and try to get to the truth of our hidden past, as well as the current situation that humanity is in. It's important to have the sacred sight with your eyes, and we're going to take you to sacred sites. Pyramids. In ancient history, they were all over the planet. We don't really understand their purpose, but they are a global phenomenon. Many think of Egypt and Mexico when they think of pyramids. 130 pyramids line the Nile from Egypt to Sudan, and thousands are in Mexico and Central America. But pyramids span the globe. They've been found on nearly every continent. You can find them in China, Bosnia, the Mauritius Islands, Tahiti, the Azores, Canary Islands, and along with burial mounds in North America. We got the call to visit an alleged pyramid here on Oahu, one of several possible pyramids here in Hawaii. Later we will be visiting the Big Island, where there awaits a pyramid talked about in urban legends in a mysterious book. We will attempt to find it. For now we visit this one on Oahu, talked about on a few blog sites. We'll climb it and see for ourselves. So what we have here is Pohaku Lanai. And what it is a giant stone. It's not really megalithic, but it's certainly, like, it's not a carved stone, but it's a huge stone that was said to have been floated here from the island of Lanai, and brought here. How that happens, I don't know. And as you can see, it's kind of just balancing on just these parts right here. It's a huge stone. If you want to believe that legend, I think it's just a legend, and it could even be older than the Hawaiians. I don't know. I'm not sure. But just to think that it was moved and carried and balanced on this, barely balancing on any of this. Somehow it was moved, and it was used in ceremonial practices. Huge stone. Who knows how many tons this thing is. Oahu Lanai. We are taught a linear timeline by schools and society that humanity went from primitive to sophisticated, and it's as simple as that. But when you look at these ancient sites, a different story emerges, one of great knowledge and sophistication. In the case of Egypt, it actually works backwards. The deeper they dig, the more sophisticated and larger the stone blocks are. Sediments of sea salt, water damage, and shells on the lower levels of the pyramids show that the pyramids must have happened before the Great Flood. We are told that the famous Step Pyramid of Saqqara is the oldest pyramid, but the architecture is much different. Small sandstone blocks are used with clay mortar. Impressive as it is, the real megalithic and older feats are the series of tunnels carved out of the earth perfectly below. This could not be done with copper tools. So the Step Pyramid was more likely the dynastic Egyptians trying to replicate the larger pyramids with huge stone blocks that are from a much older time period. These same style periods didn't last the test of time due to inferior architecture. What we are looking at is the lost chapters of our history. We're looking at a lost global civilization that was once destroyed by a giant cataclysm, or possibly multiple, Egypt being one of many. All of the cultures around the world talk about a golden age in which the gods influenced these sites, and the cultures that modern archaeology holds responsible are actually cultures that in many cases came upon these sites after an earth cataclysm. Many cultures don't take credit for it, they claim the gods built them. In Egypt, the time period in which the gods walked the earth was known as Zep Tepi. The Papyrus of Triffon, the Palermo Stone, and a priest named Manetho all speak of a time when the gods walked the earth, a golden age, an age that is said by some researchers to date back 36,000 years. But all date setting aside, all these artifacts are ignored by modern scholars, yet they use 30 dynasties described by the priest Manetho and throw out the rest. Why cherry pick a whole story that has so much more to it? Or just like the Sumerian kings list that goes back 240,000 years of rule, completely discounted and ignored by academics. But more on this later. What matters is that these ancient sites get more sophisticated at lower levels you go.
I think probably one of the most common patterns is that you can go down to earlier megalithic layers and you'll find far more precise work. So diamond grade cutting and far bigger blocks. And then the later layers will be more primitive. You can see the tool marks.
This is my perspective from traveling to all these sites around the world, that the civilizations that we now attribute to the creation of all of these sites were more likely inheritors. Now, it's not to say that they didn't do incredible things, because some of them did, but you know, there was some kind of information and technology exchange going on. As you go up in time and ages closer to us now, that level of work gets less and less advanced. And then tons of these places have comparable or exact symbology going on in their carvings. The examples of of worldwide symbology on this of the exact same nature.
All of the major megalithic sites, they all align to solstices or marker points in the sky. And the question you get is, what's this? Who built this? Is we don't know. You know, there's stuff that exists in the time before time. And I think the time before time is prior to the last cataclysm.
Here we are. All right, well, here we go. Hawaiians didn't build pyramids, but they built heiaus, which are altars that sort of represent, some of them, step pyramids. And possibly they could have been pyramids at one time. We don't know. But there is research into the sunken continent of Mu. Maybe you've heard of it. And what it is a continent that was in the Pacific, north and south, that sunk, and what's the remains of it is the mountaintops, which are the islands of Hawaii and the South Pacific. So pyramids are all over the world, and what that proves is worldwide communication. And another thing that is also universal and worldwide is the flood of biblical times. It's reported in nearly every culture, and although there are evidence of multiple cataclysms on this earth since man has been here, the flood is the universal cataclysm that is shared across the planet. So it makes sense that many structures were buried in things like mud, rocks, and silt. Some Mexican pyramids were buried till more recently. Gunung Padang in Indonesia is mostly buried. What we don't want to do is we don't want to mistake mountains as pyramids. But at the same thought, why not question things and check them out? Well, this documentary is going to do just that job today. We're going to explore the unexplored, looking for clues of this lost, ancient, global civilization. Deep grass going through here. Well, working. Okay. Might damage me a little bit. Well, I've reached the base of it, and it is clearly lava rock. It is not like stones or anything. But we should do a test on magnetics, and we're not here yet on the top, just on the side of it. You know, let's see if anything sticks. Here's a magnet. Not sticking to anything. Yeah, it's just lava rock. But we'll see what happens when we get to the top. Well, I made it to the top, but I don't think it's a pyramid. There's lava rock throughout, but what a hike it was. And it is beautiful, but it's not what I was looking for. However, we just don't know what kind of a sacred site this could have been. But as far as pyramid goes, I found zero evidence pertaining to a pyramid. So this is one of several pyramids here in Hawaii, alleged pyramids. And I'm gonna come back to this place, do a few tests, and fly a drone. And now the descent down will be a kind of a challenge. It's not a total write-off, however. It does point to true north, So its cardinal points are correct. Could it be remnants of something here on top? I don't know. It's a big question mark. I'm gonna take you to a different place in the world where another possible buried pyramid might be. Let's visit a controversial site, one that gets a lot of criticism, but link this ancient lost world to it, and let's see what happens. Here we are in Bosnia, exploring a possible link anyway, to this lost ancient civilization. We arrived at the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. And this is Visoko, a village that has lived possibly unsuspecting that there's a pyramid right above them. Or is it a pyramid-shaped mountain? Well, let's find out. So there's actually a road to the top of this pyramid, but we're going to take a side trip and check out some of these casing stones. So apparently these are more casing stones that are made by a certain type of concrete, way more harder than and superior than today's concretes. It has been tested in many labs all over the world. They use rocks, pebbles, and sand from the underground tunnels as a binder nearby. Very interesting. The right question to ask is, what was here if it was not casing stones? Why would man-made substance stones be put at a slant on this mountain as if it was like a floor? Is this a buried pyramid? Let's go to the top and find out. If this is a pyramid, it is the biggest pyramid and pyramid complex in the world. This pyramid is 700 plus feet high, which is 300 feet over the Great Pyramid of Giza, discovered by Samir Osmanich here in Bosnia, and the cardinal points all point to the directions. So there is some good evidence to look at here. So here we are on the backside of this pyramid, and this is the only side that doesn't really look like a pyramid. But if we were to assume that this is a buried pyramid from the last cataclysm or multiple cataclysms, then a lot happened here. So this side might have got, filled in more with debris and stuff. We'll see. We're going to climb it now. And on top, apparently, are some Roman ruins. And you can see just a little bit the Bosnian flag. But we'll go on top and check it out. So we hiked up the mountain. And it seemed like any trail, got rocks in the ground, just like any other mountain trail. Then we were rewarded with beautiful morning views. I explored the Roman ruins for a bit, and I accumulated a feeling. Many people say the energy of this pyramid is healing, but I thought it was just new age woo-woo, but somehow it caught up with me. interesting. I never fall for that kind of energy, but I can feel it. Very calming, soothing. Many ancient sites are on ley lines and energetic spots. Out of all the sites I've been to, this one I actually felt the energy, but doesn't mean that it's a pyramid. The reason the many ancient sites around the world were not built where they were quarried is mainly due to energetic ley lines and the tracking of solar and star cycles. There was a tapping into this energy in these places, which many people are just beginning to even understand due to the nature of today's world that is built with intelligence but mostly lacking consciousness and wisdom. There are people on this planet who understand this true history, and it's being kept from our worldviews by design. What it comes down to is a giant cover-up. We are told that civilization is only 6,000 years old, with evidence at places like Göbekli Tepe and Gunung Padang possibly say otherwise.
Whoever is in control of it has motivations for us not to know what's really going on. And for me, it feels like that could be, I don't know if that's giants or the people who actually built the sites. If you want to take it to a hidden society, a breakaway civilization, a hidden hand, like I definitely think there is a systematic destroying of things. I think there's a systematic don't look here, don't look at that, or that's, and the reason why they want to keep it on the down low must be there's a vested interest in them, us not knowing our history, us not knowing our power, and keeping us slaves. I think they feed off the energy of whoever that is.
Our timeline has been hijacked and altered to fit the narrative that those in power want us to believe. Before a giant cataclysm that struck Earth possibly around 12,000 years ago, evidence shows us that there was an advanced worldwide civilization that did these unimaginable tasks around the world. Evidence of heavy flooding is in the Sphinx enclosure showing water erosion patterns that means that the Giza Plateau is much older than the timeline said it belongs to. If independent, open-minded researchers can put this picture of our ancient past together, so could modern academics. If they let go of the official narratives and fixed belief systems and instead looked at the evidence for what it actually is.
The research that we do makes sense. The dots that we join make sense, and you can't have that getting out because it makes a hell of a lot more sense than the traditional narrative that's pushed in, Western culture and school and education.
Then who is keeping us from our understanding of our ancient past and why? Academia was designed to be an enclosed system that does not question itself, but that's really the low-hanging fruit. It's really because academia is owned. The owners of academia also own and run all the strands of organized society by design. It's structured in such a compartmentalized way that we don't see the strands of connection at the top. The owners of the world don't want you to understand our ancient past or any part of the world that wasn't provided to you by government.
I think it's just incredibly naive to think that there's been people in power that have attained power and then just allowed power to pass from them or their family line to something else because of democracy, right? The people that get into power and positions don't care about that, don't care about democracy and stuff. So we have this illusion of democracy and freedom of choice in a lot of instances in our governmental systems around the world.
Control of the past means you can control the present. If your narrative is the dominant narrative, and if the sheeple, which is the majority of the human race, will agree and go through with you into your delusional narrative of the past, which obviously is a delusional narrative now, then you can control them.
We're going to check out the shafts of this pyramid. There are actually tunnels that have been uncovered not far away. Because the government forbids digging up any more casing stones and excavating the actual pyramid site, these tunnels are meant to be shafts that were buried. So the goal is to eventually dig to the main pyramid itself instead of excavating at the actual pyramid. I proceeded to check out what I thought was the main tunnel, and this is just part of a vast network of underground tunnels that go for miles. What's important is organic material inside these tunnels within the rocks dates back to 25,000 years, which would make this the oldest known pyramid on Earth, supposedly. When the pyramid was carbon dated, the topsoil only dates back to 12,000 years. This matches with the Younger Dryas catastrophe period exactly. I came across this egg-shaped rock that apparently has an ancient map on it. I didn't find out till later, and filled with crystal. If this was a great spot in history before the Younger Dryas, then was it part of Atlantis? To think that the Giza pyramids are not that far away, but to think that pyramids are a worldwide phenomenon along with massive stone building with no mortar, and that means the world was communicating. Then I came across these ancient rune carvings on this rock, and so there's a lot more to this place than the debunkers say. So is it a pyramid, or is it just a mountain? It has all the hallmarks of a pyramid, but only time will tell when we get more evidence. There's a complex of pyramids here. The Pyramid of the Moon, the Pyramid of the Dragon. There is more work to be done. And nearby, there is a site called Daurson, an ancient megalithic site with the huge rocks, which cements this further into being that this is in the area that megalithic builders were. So why not the pyramids?
Yeah. As a parent, you know, we hang out with other people. Sometimes, some of it, just because they have kids, we hang out with them, you know. And some, not all, but some are fucking boring, you know. So boring that I can't remember their names. You know, it's embarrassing. You met someone like 4 or 5 times, still can't remember. And so I'll come up with little rhymes to help me remember. Like this guy, I named him Paint Drying Ryan.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's rough.
Oh shit!
But I don't want to judge. Like I think they're boring, but whatever. You know, like I don't want to judge. Like some people might think I'm annoying. You know, because like all I want to do is talk about pyramids. You know, it's like fucking slaves didn't build the pyramids. Come on, Jewish slaves. Get out of here. No way. Mexicans, maybe. You know, I do construction. I work with lots of Mexican guys, man. They ain't playing. But there's no Mexicans in Egypt. Right? Maybe we'll find out that there was Mexicans in Egypt, but after the pyramids got built, they deported all of them.
Oh, shit.
And that's when their fucking civilization crashed. Because there's no one there to do all this shit.
When I discovered the pyramid for myself, I was standing with friends in a sugarcane field, high on a logging road in the mountains talking with cane workers. This day, the clouds parted suddenly, and there it was, looking exactly like a replica of the Great Pyramid of Giza. The pyramid is quite large, symmetrical, and flat on top. For me, the second interesting thing came after trekking up to the base of it. The pyramid was hollow, and you can hear a waterfall inside it.
Here we are on the big island of Hawaii. We have insight on a pyramid site. This one has been documented in the mysterious book that I mentioned, and many people have reported that it exists, but won't divulge the location. So we have just tiny clues to go off of. We are basically looking for a needle in a haystack, but we are loaded up in our packs for adventure in the jungle for 2 days. The second attempt for me and Seb Bland. We were completely rained out the last time. My camera and my phone were destroyed through my so-called waterproof pack. We have teamed up with Zach Royer, who is on his 4th attempt. Combining notes and routes, we prepare for the journey. Alleged pyramid number 1 awaits. No trails and small clues with a wide expanse of jungle. Does it exist, and can we find it? What are you doing, Seb?
Well, I'm tracking. I can tell a guy walked through here about 6'1", about 175. Pretty sure he ate some eggs this morning.
How do you know all that?
Oh, because I remember I walked through here.
We got told we were trespassing, so we diverted up a mountain to get off the private land. We expended a lot of energy that way, so we needed to make camp. We enjoyed a nice campfire, and then Zach got this text that came in.
Pyramid is heavily guarded. A monk went up there, had to leave. There were guys with guns and dogs that were looking for him. Rugged terrain, hard to find, all I know.
And the night skies were filled with UFOs. Then this bright one came over.
Right. Like we called in.
It's brighter than anything.
That's exactly what we saw this morning. That's exactly what we saw this morning.
5 in the morning. And there it is.
Oh, wow.
Power up, buddy.
It's pen.
It is pretty powerful. It could give it a really bright light if it wanted. Oh yeah, it's starting to dim now.
Wow.
So yeah, this is the kind of stuff we're seeing here.
After a grueling but miraculous last few days, we realized we must be searching in the wrong area. So we went back to the drawing board and followed the loose instructions from the mysterious book. Could it be right there? I think that could be it. It's definitely pyramid shaped. After 2 days of searching, we may have come upon it. Was it just hidden in plain sight? Okay, Zach, we are here looking over at what we've been in the jungle trying to find for 2 days, and magically it just came about that we got the right intel.
We were trying to get just close to this to get footage and ran into an auntie, and she told us a lot of history about it, and that also people think this is a mysterious pyramid, and that's what we've been looking for. We also found or heard that there's another pyramid in line with this, not too far away. That's going to come later. But this is the one. We're just really excited because we've been hiking the Lost Jungles for 2 days, and just towards the end of our trip expedition, we got lucky with this. So it's just mind-blowing how it all kind of comes together.
Absolutely.
And couldn't be more thankful and grateful. And so we just want to get as close as we can to the pyramid. And we're here. This is as far as we can go on the track. The road is washed out up ahead, so we literally are in the middle of nowhere in the jungle. And that's okay, because that's where explorers go.
The closer we got, though, the less it looked like a real pyramid.
So, I don't know if you can hear that too clearly, but there's an idling quad back here up in this orchard. And with the intel we've had lately about armed guards protecting this pyramid, we're just trying to be a little cautious. This is not planned. We don't know this. We just came through this direction, parked our car down there, and walked up. And now we're hearing idling. So I think it'd be best to try to get eyes up here.
Let's put into perspective the impossibility of the many well-known ancient sites around the world. An average tower crane can lift 18 tons. A crawler crane can lift up to 5,000 tons. The world's strongest crane is a gantry crane called the Tyson crane, which can max out at 20,000 tons. Let's get into some weights. An adult male elephant weighs 2 to 7 tons. A city bus weighs 12 to 14 tons. The average bulldozer weighs 50 tons. A heavy passenger jet weighs 88 tons. Now let's get into grades of hard stone called the Mohs scale. On a hardness scale from 1 to 10, diamonds are the hardest. Limestone is between 2 to 4. Coral is between 3 to 4. Volcanic tuff 4 to 6. Silkrete 5 to 7. Sandstone 6 to 7. Andesite is around a 7. Granite is 6 to 8. Copper and bronze are about a 3. Flint is a 7. Modern academia tells us the Giza pyramids are only 4,400 years old and that they were built by slaves. You can't carbon date rocks, so for starters, we really don't know how old any ancient monuments are with only stone to go by and no organic matter to carbon date. The Great Pyramid is 481 feet high and made out of at least 2.8 million limestone blocks that were said to be shaped with copper tools, and each block weighing at least 2.5 tons to 10.5 tons. That's without considering the granite core, where each monolith weighs over 100 tons and no mortar. This granite quarried nearly 600 miles away and transported. It is said that the Giza pyramids were done in a period of 20 years, which means that one block had to be laid and fitted every 2.5 minutes, 24 hours, 7 days a week. All said to be for a tomb that has strange shafts everywhere, acoustics, and no hieroglyphics. As for the ramps that archaeologists suggest, it would take 18 cubic meters of material that would have had to be brought in, and there is no trace today of any material used for ramps. Each block weighing more than one adult elephant transported from 9 miles away that would have needed a tower crane, and for the granite core weighing more than a passenger jet needing a gantry crane transported from Aswan and nearly 600 miles away, all carved by copper tools with the hardness of 3, on limestone with the hardness of 2 to 4, and granite with the hardness of 6 to 8, all done in 20 years, academia says. Equally as baffling is Stonehenge in England, a series of concentric rings of stones that can track the summer and winter solstices. The large stones are the sarsen stones. They are 30 feet tall and weighing 25 tons, 2 city buses or 3 adult large elephants. So a tower crane could not pick these up. They were brought from 20 miles north inserted in the ground somehow. The smaller stones are the blue stones. They weigh up to 4 tons, a small elephant at least. They come from several sites in western Wales, transported as far away as 140 miles. Modern academia says the blue stones were at least either moved closer to Stonehenge from the last ice age or transported by raft, and that Stonehenge was created with stone tools, moved with logs, and erected by ropes. Each stone fits into each other precisely. Right angles were carved perfectly. Again, the explanation doesn't make any sense. Stones ranging from the weight of 1 to 4 adult elephants, needing a crawler crane for lifting. Stones were quarried from distances from 20 miles to 140 miles away, carved with flint tools on silkrete, which is a hardness of 5 to 6, but perfect right angles. And the stones were placed in the ground, somehow erected with ropes and logs. 40 miles to the north is Avesbury Henge. The average stone at Avesbury Henge is 40 tons and is 12 to 18 feet high, needing another crawler crane. Even though not carved as precisely as Stonehenge, they were shaped. These stones were transported from 3 miles away, inserted in the ground, and erected without any machinery. Modern academia says they were transported by hand or by animals to drag them with the use of ropes and logs. 40-ton silkrete stones just shy of an average bulldozer, shaped with the hardness of 5 to 6, transported from 3 miles away, needing a crawler crane. We're supposed to believe that. Once again, the explanations of our ancient past are smothered in unrealistic explanations, but it shows us that our ancient past was more amazing and otherworldly, and the linear progression of humans going from primitive to advanced is not the case at all. This is a heiau. Some people pronounce it heiau, a Hawaiian temple or altar which were used for various reasons, but often to deities in Hawaiian culture, mainly for Ku, Lono, Kanaloa, and Kane. This is the largest heiau in Polynesia. It measures 341 feet by 415 feet. It's about 50 feet high. Built from small basalt rocks, which were carried from as far away as 5 miles, and thought to be started around the 13th century. So the important thing here is this was not uncovered till the 70s. This is the kind of thing that shows that there's still many unexplored sites on Earth. And this documentary is to uncover an older megalithic global culture that once existed. In the case of Hawaii, it would be Mu. But we shouldn't ignore the works of indigenous in these places who did amazing things, and the original peoples of the land who have been strategically removed from their own culture. Because of global catastrophes, possibly these heiaus were once even pyramids. No doubt many of these spots were strategically placed. Here on Maui, and on the way to a heiau that is completely forgotten about, said to have larger stones from the ancients before the Tahitian arrival, and possibly from the days on Earth when people moved large stones. Possible connection to Mu? Well, we'll see. Before entering these sacred sites, some pray, some ask permission, and some give offerings of tobacco and other substances.
The cigarette is for an offering. It's not to smoke.
Native Hawaiians moved these stones all the way from the beach up to this hilltop, still an amazing feat. Now we're getting into the original construction, some bigger stones. These are big place stones. Not carved, but big. I forgot my compass and magnet, and I don't have a tri-field meter. But the reason we do these things is because these are energy sites, a study completely missing from mainstream archaeology.
Right over here.
Then we found the biggest of stones.
All these, that's the old structure. It barely even exists. There's remnants of it throughout here, but it's like all these megalithic, like.
These are. Do you think these were moved?
I believe they moved them. I believe they did move them too. Yes, I do for sure.
Wow. Yeah.
Everything shifted with earthquakes and everything throughout time and stuff.
Yep. Very nice.
From the beach, this site is completely hidden. Hidden and possibly forgotten on purpose. You have to have the site to see the site. If this site was made by an older megalithic culture, was it the Minihune, the little people? Really, the Manahune is the correct term, mana meaning life force, power, and spiritual energy. Was it from the days when people moved big stones, also known as pohakus in Hawaiian? Is this remnants of Mu? Can we see with the right sight to understand this world we live in? Can we understand how this world really works? Did humans really come up with the idea of civilization as the way that people should live on this planet? Is civilization human? And is it really the culmination of the best concepts to how humanity should exist? Does this world serve us, or do we serve it? Truth is discoverable. Come with us to further these adventures and concepts worldwide in Chapter 2. In Chapter 2, new discoveries are about to take place. The adventure is just beginning. Come gain a sacred sight to see on our search for sacred sites.